In the vast and inevitable river of time, two concepts are constant: life and decay. Be it through birth and death, growth and destruction, the world changes in ways we scarcely ascertain. Long ago, in the land of Kaylia, Gratz, the demon prince of lust and pleasure, broke through his chains into the mortal plane, determined to create a world in his image. Aided by his drow disciples and the hag queen Babatasha, the six-fingered sadist stood secured in his subjugation of the Kalian Empire. But just as the dawn of his rule met the twilight of our existence, a trio of heroes emerged to oppose his violence. Together, the legendary Holy Knight, Lady Hildegard, the brilliant inventor, Leon Vanderplan, and the unstoppable blade dancer, Olhedra the Unchained, rallied the capital city of Pishao against the demon horde. They overwhelmed the demon prince and chased him and his followers back into the wastelands they had created, never to be seen again. 20 years passed, and the Kalian Empire was rebuilt. Though the land still wears the scars of the past, a new day is born. A new era, a new threat, a new group of heroes to fight them. Welcome to Yugoloth Tabletop! Welcome, everybody, to Yugoloth Tabletop. This is going to be a actual role-playing podcast. My name is Charlie Hartman. I am your game master and DM. And joining me, of course, are the wonderful Michael Boyle.
Hi, I'm Michael/Will Boyle. I'm playing Moldavite, the Githyanki Soul Knife Rogue.
Cheyenne Mitchell.
Hello, my name is Cheyenne Mitchell. I will be playing Alara Cyanidel, the Drow Paladin.
Nick Bevlaqua.
Hi everybody, it's me, Nick Bevlaqua, and today I will be playing Goatee, the Warforged Ranger.
And of course, Kejon Smith.
Hello everyone, I'm Kejon Smith, and today I'll be playing Izzy Vanderpleen, a divine soul sorcerer tiefling, son of Hilda and Leon Vanderpleen.
Great, I'm so happy to have you all here. Quick question, out of curiosity for myself and for the players, how much experience do you folks have with acting and Dungeons & Dragons in the past? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I, Will Boyle, I have been in 25 theatrical productions, and I've also been playing D&D for about 5 years at this point, 5 to 6. So I very much have been around since the beginning of 5th edition. So I am very much like someone who's very experienced with D&D and acting.
Nice. Even though I'm older than you, you technically have more experience.
Technically, yes. High school theater will do that to you.
What about you, Cheyenne? Do you have any experience in acting or D&D?
I've been an actor and improviser since like the age of 14. I'm 22 now, so it's been a while. But like no D&D experience except for watching Stranger Things.
What about you, Nick? What's your experience in acting?
I have been in plays, high school plays, most of my high school life, and I started playing D&D now 7-8 years ago, and first started as a DM. Always been a DM, and now I'm here as a player.
The struggle of a perma-DM.
Well, now you're able to live my dream. Perfect.
Me, Kejon, I have very little experience in either. This is actually my second campaign. I just started playing a few months ago, firstly. And as far as theater, I like to say I'm pretty good, self-taught. I haven't actually been in anything, but I think I'm pretty decent.
No problem, man. That's great. Well, regardless, for myself, I have also been somewhat of a forever DM. I've going in the local Indianapolis and Muncie scene for a few years now, as well as hosted my own both homebrew and tour campaigns for my family and a few others. It's been a lot of fun, but to be honest, this is a project that I've wanted to do for years now, and I'm really happy to finally have.
In other news, today's my birthday.
Happy birthday! All right, well, this is going to be a very special day indeed, all right? I can't wait to have us get started, but guys, I'm so happy you're all here, even though some of us I know should be doing better things, but I appreciate you being here regardless, so thank you so much. Happy birthday, Nick. Let's get right into this. We begin our story in the land of Kaylia. Just outside the hustle and bustle of the capital city, our heroes find themselves settling down in front of an impromptu stage where a large tarp shields a strange shape. A young tiefling helps his father and best friend set up the table and secure the tarp. He seems assured, but distracted.
Dad, are you sure this is a good idea to hold this event today of all days?
Dr. Vanderthen looks towards his son Easy and says, "Of course it is. There's no better day than any other day like today."
I mean, I don't know. I have a bad feeling, but you have been really passionate about this project. What is it again?
You know fully well what it is, Izzy, your best friend Ramon says as he pulls up with a few extra chords. It's the big project we've been working on for 6 months now. Once we debut this to the public, we'll finally be able to clean up the wastelands and have people start moving back in. Though I have to agree with Izzy a little bit, Doc. Being out here of all places, couldn't we have done this at the CEO headquarters? Or maybe even at the public square? I don't like the looks of these things, sir. Dr. Vanderplan takes a moment, but shakes it off, saying, "Relax. I've already had this place vetted out by the Adventurers Guild, and it's perfectly safe. There's no threats here whatsoever." Ramon looks towards you, Izzy, cocking his head a little bit as if to say, "Really?" But shakes his head and keeps going forward. Meanwhile, inside the crowd, a Githyanki in battle attire stands attentive and at the ready. Though the mood seems jovially informal, he glances up to the cliffs and disgruntled murmurs say otherwise.
Moldavite in this moment very much has an eye out for everything, just kind of looking for exits, any form of danger, kind of tomfoolery in the crowd and everything. I'd actually like to make a perception check on the cliffs, just because like we're like close to the wastes, right?
Yes, we are. Go ahead and make our first roll of the podcast.
Ooh, okay, well that's an 11 plus my perception, 17.
All right, hold on to that for a second for now, but we'll get back to that shortly. As you begin to look towards the cliffs, outside of the clearing, a leather-cladded android wanders in from the forest. Their sensors detected a disturbance about a quarter mile from their home, so they came to investigate.
A festival? This was not in the calendars we've had. I gotta check this out. This could prove I need more info on this. And I start to make my way quietly towards the festivities, try not to gather too much attention.
All right, go ahead and make me a perception check of your own.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Cheyenne, go ahead and roll me stealth.
23.
All right, Cheyenne, can you beat that?
I rolled 17.
All right.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. Goatee, while you are moving towards the crowd, you notice out of the corner of your eye and thanks to your audio sensors, a faint crackling in the branch. You look up towards the tree to notice very quickly a lone drowned knight in chainmail sitting up while watching the podium. She seems to be muttering to herself about something, but you can't quite make it out.
Okay. Dr. Vanderplan, my name is Alara. No, that sounds really stupid. Dr. Vanderplan. No, why would I take that tone? God, jeez. Okay, maybe I'll just stand there and wave. We'll see.
DM, has she noticed me?
I don't think so right now. I mean, Cheyenne, are you looking down or are you still looking at the podium? Do you think you would notice Goatee walking up or...
As Alara, I am very distracted and looking at the podium, trying to think of what I'm going to say.
Okay, so she hasn't noticed you yet.
I'm gonna try and sneak up on her.
All right, and then roll me stealth. Lara, roll me perception.
6.
Also 6.
Okay, so I'll say in that case, you both notice each other, and in that moment, you look down and see a robot in cowboy gear looking up at you. What do?
The bad rolls are starting early.
I scream and almost fall off my branch.
Hello.
Can I help you, robot?
I was looking to get a better view of the festivities, and I thought, maybe a tree branch high up might actually give me a good vantage point.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what I thought, so, I mean, hey, you can join me if you want.
Works for me. And I'm gonna climb up to her branch. Watch as it snaps.
All right, well, whatever your reasons for being here, the chatter begins to quickly fade as Dr. Vanderplan moves towards the front of the podium and motions for everyone to be quiet so he can begin speaking. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. He begins. Today is an historic day. The way I understand your lack of interest, given how often my company coins that cliche. A few forced laughs escape the crowd, but he continues. But use it I must, for today we take the final step in repairing and preventing the spread of demonic influence, once and for all. At this, the audience perks up. Dr. Vanderplan looks towards Izzy and smiles. 19 years ago, this land was at war. War with the abyss itself and its followers. I need not go into detail. Its scars still taint our soils. He points behind him to the cliffside above. You see a barren wasteland of blackened dirt fractured with deep, jagged fissures running all the way down from the top of the cliff to the podium itself. Even this far away from the epicenter, you all feel the chaotic energy and decay of the abyssal fissure. Hundreds were slain. Families were torn asunder, and countless peoples were displaced or wiped out of existence. It is a war that will remain forever etched in the tombs and minds of our people. But no longer, I say, will they remain on this earth. Vanderplan pulls the tarp off of the box to reveal a cross between what looks like a remote sprayer and a vacuum cleaner filled with a deep, luminescent Wisterian liquid. Concentrated Alex, Roman comments. Your old man really does know how to put on a show, With this device, we here at Alxol Incorporated finally have the tools to not only remove, but purify the lands tainted by demonic waste. While he begins putting on the device with Roman's help, the audience starts putting magpies to shame with their chattering. To have such an invention created now, when threats of demonic pollution are at an all-time high, only Alxol could produce such a miracle.
Would we all know what concentrated Alex was?
No, Izzy, you would know that Alex is essentially defined as concentrated arcane magic. How magic in this world works is that there are 3 sources of magical energy. From divine beings, from nature itself and within life, and then within the air. Alex is essentially an artificial version of the magic you find within inanimate objects and within the atmosphere, concentrated into one contained package. Think of it as dry ice, in a sense.
So it's like magic taken physical form almost.
Yes, well, magic does have physical form, it's spread out throughout all of the known worlds. It technically does have its own type of mass. However, this type of mass is spread out so thinly that it's almost imperceptible on a molecular or subatomic level. Alex is the attempt to take that and give it a form congested together that is viewable by the naked eye, so to speak. All right? But while you all are working, everyone except for Moldified, since you've already rolled this, roll me another perception check as well. All right?
I got 12.
All right.
18.
Alara got 5, not 15.
Unfortunately, Goatee and Alara, you two weren't able to notice this quickly, but Izzy, just as Roman and your dad are getting things together, both you and Moldified immediately notice something is off. Amongst the din of progress, your ears hone in onto another sound, the faint echoes of canine panting, the rare glimmer of sunlight reflecting off of steel and flint, and worst of all, the lingering stench of rotting meat spiraling down the cliffside. Before any of you can prepare, a shrieking cacophony of echoing war cries crack over the cliffs. A massive figure, half man, half hyena, grins down at the stage, his sharpened fangs glistening with drool and foam. The hunt is on us, my pets, the Gnoll commands. 2 more Gnolls with bows pop out from above, while 3 around him brandish axes and swords. Separate the stragglers and bring them to me, he says. He jumps from the cliff and charges towards the stage. His eyes are bloodshot and his mouth is foaming, but his target is clear. Dr. Vanderplan and his device. Everyone, roll me initiative.
Those first-time listeners to D&D, initiative is used to determine the order of combat, who goes in what turn. 22.
14.
15.
17.
All right, Moldavite, since you were prepared, you get to go first. You see this giant hulk of a beast begin descending down towards the stage, attacking your client. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I'm going to use my bonus action to use my steady aim ability. That means if I stand still and don't move this turn, I get advantage on my attack roll, meaning I just get to roll 2d20 and take the higher number. And I attack with my psychic blades on him. That is a 23 to hit.
23 certainly hits.
That also means I get sneak attack damage, which means I add an extra 2d6 because I have advantage on the attack roll. Alright. That is 12 psychic damage to the Null Pack Lord.
Alrighty then. He takes it straight into the chest, but keeps charging forward.
I'm going to use my movement to, is there any places that would be good to take cover here?
Unfortunately, since you use steady aim, you can't move this turn,
Oh
right?
crap, I forgot. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. That's what I'm here for. But if that's all you're going to do this turn, we're going to go ahead and move on to Izzy. All right, Izzy, Roman and your dad are freaking out with Roman wanting to get off the stage as quickly as possible and Dr. Van Thyn wanting to stay and help out. Sir, we have to get the device off the stage. This is not your fight. I can't just abandon everything here. My son is in danger. I need to protect him.
Dad, you need to get this device out of here. You've been spending the last who knows how long building this thing. Listen, it's okay. I can handle it. I promise.
Dr. Vanderbilt looks at his son, looks to the Knolls, and nods quickly. All right, we don't need another 15 years to wait for me to build another one. Take care of this, but I will be back. He immediately jumps off with Roman, taking the disengage action. It's your turn, Izzy. What do you do?
First, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Gotcha. What does Mage Armor do?
Okay, Mage Armor, I touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor, and as a protective magical force surrounds it until the spell ends. The target's base AC becomes 13 plus its dexterity modifier, and then the spell ends if the target dons armor or if I dismiss it as an action. And the duration is 8 hours.
Gotcha. Perfect. Now, quick thing. Alera, it's your turn next. However, since you weren't able to perceive them, this counts as a surprise round on them. So we're going to have to skip you for this first turn. But after round 2, you will be immediately after Izzy. Same with you, Goatee, all right? Since you two failed your perception checks. Okay? Which means we're going to go right now to the hunters with bows, all right? That being said, they quickly notice to Moldavite as he launched daggers at their boss, and they are each going to take some attacks against you, all right?
Okay.
Moldavite?
My armor class is 15.
All right. Nat one on the first roll, 12 on the second one. The first one completely whiffs. Second one, he's going to take 2 attacks against you as well. All right. Nat 1 on the first roll again, however, a 22 on the second.
The 22 absolutely hits.
Gotcha. As a result, you take 3 points damage, though. And your speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Now, let's see here. We are now going to go to the Flesh Gnars. Once more, they are going to look at this area and are immediately going to jump into the fray. One of them is going to go after Izzy. The other one is going to dash to get to Moldavite, and the third is going to, for now, hang back with his boss and see how things play out. All right? Let's see here. Moldavite. The first one is going to go ahead, and he is going to try to attack you 3 times. All right?
These guys get 3 attacks?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh my god.
First attack does a 14 hit.
Nope.
All right.
AC 15.
All right. In that case, the next 2 attacks do hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. However, you're only going to take 4, then 3 points damage, so 7 points damage total. All right.
Okay. Jeez.
All right.
I'm already down to half.
We are now going to go back to the Null Pack Lord, as he is going to immediately jump up to the stage and look at Izzy and say, "Tell me where the device is before I cut your throat."
Back that way. I point in the complete opposite direction
All right.
that my father went.
All right. Roll me a deception check.
Let's see if that works. 16?
All right, let's see here. He actually rolled a 4, so he is going to, for now, move out and move in that direction away from you, motioning for his other followers to come with him. However, as he moves away, we are now going to go back to the top of the order with Moldavite. What are you going to do?
Cool. So if I'm trying to. So if I move, this guy's gonna get an attack of opportunity on me, right?
Yes, unless you disengage as an action or bonus action.
Okay. Well.
Cunning action.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Is there any places here that look like I could use to get cover, or?
I would say that the trees themselves would grant you half cover, which I believe gives you a +4 to AC.
Okay. I think I'm going to going up into the tree, or.
Either or, up or around or behind.
Okay, so I'm going to just kind of. Yeah, I can take an attack of opportunity on me. I'm gonna go use my movement to hide here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's my full movement because my speed was reduced by 10. He can take that attack of opportunity on me.
All right, let's see here. He misses with a 13.
Cool. So I'm going to use bonus. That was my movement. Bonus action hide. Ooh, that's a 17 on the die.
Nice.
Plus. Plus. That's a 22.
All right, perfect.
Okay, and I'm trying to see who I'm around. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for the Pack Lord then, since he seems to be the biggest threat.
All right.
So I'm gonna take my attack on him, and since I'm hiding, I have advantage. Ooh, yeah, that's a 25 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right. Okay. That's 15 psychic damage on him as he just shoots a blade made out of psychic energy, like green crackling psychic energy, at his arm onto the Pack Lord.
Well, as that happens, immediately after, he takes this in, clocks you, growls, and immediately points for all 3 of his men to immediately start attacking. But before he can, Izzy, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
Ugh, it's looking very hairy out here. I'm thinking I'm gonna use my dash action to move. I'm gonna move towards Motivite, the tree behind Motivite.
Okay.
I'm gonna dash. Yeah, that's 45. Yeah, I'm gonna go down there, and then I'm gonna use.
I think you could actually, not to tell you what to do on your turn, but if you could go to that tree that's right next to the stage and probably hide behind that.
Yeah, that would still, any tree will grant you cover.
I had a bonus action. I was gonna use a spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do that then.
Yeah, I'll get behind that tree. Then I'm gonna use because I have to use it as bonus action anyway. I'm gonna use spiritual weapon.
Nice. Read me the description of spiritual weapon.
I create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration or until I cast a spell again. When I cast a spell, I can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On a hit, the creature takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus my spell casting ability modifier. And as a bonus action on my turn, I can move the weapon another 20 feet and repeat the attack against the creature within 5 feet.
Nice. What exactly does this weapon look like?
In my picture right now, I'm picturing just a giant mallet.
Nice.
Let's say a mallet.
Nice. Well, are you gonna bomb these dogs then?
Just a mallet.
The reverse Wile E. Coyote.
Exactly. So who you gonna bomb?
That's it. I'm getting you.
Let's see. I'm gonna put it. Which one of the gnolls were attacked? This one? Or just the pack leader was attacked, right?
Yeah, the pack leader has technically not attacked anyone yet. He's looking extremely weak, but the flesh gnawers have started attacking or going after.
No, I said have been attacked. Have.
Have been attacked. In that case, the pack lord is the only one that's been attacked so far.
Well, let's go with the pack lord again. That's it. I'm gonna.
Go ahead, make
Sing
the
it.
attack roll then.
All right, let's go. That's 12, 18.
18. Alrighty then. With an 18, you are able to definitely hit him. All right.
That's 9 force damage.
Nice. All right. He is looking extremely wounded by that attack. At this point, he looks at you, and you can tell very quickly on his turn, he is going to go after you directly, unfortunately. However, before he can, Alara, Goatee, it's your turn. All right. What do you want to do, Alara?
We're still in the tree,
Yeah.
but there's some guys on the mountain with bows. I just got this cute new crossbow, and I'd love to try it out.
Gotcha.
To the guy, closest to us
Gotcha.
with the bow.
Go ahead and take the shot then.
Okay, with my crossbow, 18.
18 definitely hits that person.
Damage 5.
Alrighty then. Nice. Okay, Goatee, it's your turn.
I'm gonna see Alira pull out the crossbow and just fire at the kobold. I'm gonna go, impressive. I think now it's my turn, and the faceplates on my face just lock in like a mask. Nice. And I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark the same guy. So Hunter's Mark, I choose a creature within range, which is 90 feet. And until the spell ends, whenever I hit the creature, I deal an extra 1d6 of that damage. And I have advantage on perception and survival checks to find the creature.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
All right. 19 plus 7, that's 26 to hit. So it's going to be 1d6 plus 1. So 5 plus the Hunter's Mark d6. So 6, 11. Plus, I'm going to use my Swarm to deal an extra d6.
Nice.
So 2. That's going to be 13 piercing damage.
All right, you absolutely obliterate this guy out of the sky. He does a small whirl from the force of your attack and then just crumples down the mountainside.
And then I'm just going to slowly turn towards Alira.
Right.
That was a good tactic.
However, unfortunately for you, the other flesh gnawers immediately notice this. One of them immediately gets angry at this, and so he's going to activate his bonus action, Sudden Rush, in which until the end of his turn, his speed increases by 60 feet, and he doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, going from 30 feet to 90 feet. And he is immediately beelining towards you both. Just absolute foaming. And once he gets up to you, he immediately is going to climb up and now is going to take 2 attacks against Goatee and 1 attack against Alira for now. Goatee, he rolled a 10 and a 5.
None of
Alira,
them are going to hit.
Nope.
does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
All right. He misses all 4 times, completely blinded by rage. But he is now he is in the tree with you all and ready to get down and kill you for killing his friends. However, the other 2 are immediately going to charge forward as well. 1 going towards Moldavite, 1 going towards Izzy. 1 against Moldavite. He's going to take 3 attacks. Only 1 hits though, his bite, with a 17.
Okay.
You only take 3 points damage.
I'm fully at 8 out of 21 hit points.
Alrighty then, Izzy. The other guy's gonna take his 3 attacks against you. A 2, a 7, and oof. Unfortunately, a nat 20.
Of course.
no.
First nat 20 of the game. For this tabletop, that means the number of dice used are doubled, unfortunately. That's going to be 11 points damage, Izzy, from this attack.
How are you looking?
Decent. Oh, never mind. I take that back.
All right, well, since spiritual weapon is a concentration check,
No, it's
you
not.
all... It isn't?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's not.
Spiritual weapon is my favorite spell.
No, it's not.
Perfect. In that case, I was gonna say if it was, you had to, but if not, perfect. That's gonna be the Flesh Gnaw's turn, which is then gonna lead into the Pack Lord.
Uh-oh.
He is going to go ahead and move forward, and he is going to,
Crap.
upon reflection,
Wait, don't I have cover still from the tree?
you had it from range attacks, but as soon as he got
okay.
within range of you, that went away.
Okay.
Okay. However, since Izzy did take the bonus action, the action to dash, he would technically have more movement speed to climb up the tree itself.
Okay.
Alright? That being said, the Pack Lord, he is going to go ahead and move forward, and he is going to go ahead and loop around using his Sudden Rush, and then afterwards, he is going to split up his attacks between you and Izzy as well. Alright?
Okay.
He is first off going to try to hit you with a glaive, Moldavites,
Okay.
but he misses with a 13.
Ha.
Then he is going to try to longbow attack Izzy. Let's see here. 14. That misses, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. In that case, he is unable to hit either of you. We now go back to the top of the order with Moldavite. Moldavite, you're surrounded. What are you going to do?
Okay. I have. Wait. Izzy is within 5 feet of him, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that means I don't need to do anything. I can just use my attack and my bonus action to make 2 attacks on him, because with Psychic Blades, I can make an attack as a bonus action. So I can just roll straight on this. That's a unnatural 20 for the first one.
Hits.
And that is a nat 1 on the second one.
Misses, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Hey, still 1 attack is good enough. So that's 7. Ooh, 13 plus. I do 16 psychic damage just running him through with a Psychic Blade.
All right. You absolutely do that and finish him off.
On the Pack Lord?
Yep, on the pack.
Nice.
He is no more. That being said, we are now going to go to Izzy. Izzy, the Pack Lord is gone. He just got hit by some kind of invisible blade and then just crumbled. But you still got these 2 flesh gnars coming after you. What are you going to do?
Decisions. I'll really move 1 up. Then I will go ahead and use inflict wounds, and I'm a twin spell that.
Nice. Now you can actually hit both of them, actually, since they're both within 5 feet.
Yep. I'm a twin spell that. Okay, that's a 13. I hope that hits.
That just misses, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Okay, that one definitely hitting. That's 19.
19 definitely hits.
Actually, for the first one, can I use my favor of the gods?
What's that? Read that for me quickly.
Essentially, if I can use it once per day. If I fail either an attack roll or a saving throw, I can use that to roll 2d4 and possibly making the fail a save.
Alrighty then.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll that 2d4 then.
That's 5 extra.
Awesome.
The first one, so yes. And then the damage is 3d10 necrotic.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll them separately. I'm gonna do the first. The first one, that'll be, oh my god, that's 23.
You absolutely just Temple of Doom style, just Kali maul this man and just cause a necrotic energy just pulls out through his body, reducing his body to dust,
Literally.
leaving nothing but a shriveled husk of his heart left over. Just absolutely obliterate him.
Okay, the 7 is a respectable 12.
All right.
But, respectable. He was there, so I still got my bonus action to use my spiritual weapon.
Yep. You
And
can go
I-
ahead and definitely use that on second. No, left over. Still here.
Sadly, I don't think I can use it on the one on the ground because it gotta be within. I can only move it up to 20 feet, and it was by those. Nah, he's 35 feet, but
alright.
possibly the guy on the cliffs could reach him.
He's exactly 24.
Yeah, so
I'd say realistically, you could definitely move in a diagonal direction. Go ahead and get that other null.
All right, let's see. That's another 13. I think that's just missing.
Actually, it does hit him. It hits
Oh.
the hunter.
Ooh.
That's his AC exactly.
Okay. The damage is 1d8 again. That's 6. 6.
Alrighty then.
6
We are
force.
now going to move then to Alera. You've got this rabid gnoll trying to attack you. What do you do?
Could I take my rapier and like the bottom of it and just like hit at him on his head to get him off the branches?
I'd say that's a shove. If you want to shove him off the tree, you certainly can.
Sure, I'll do exactly that.
Okay, then make me a strength check. I'll contest it against you.
Strength check, 17.
He got a 17 as well, so roll again.
16.
He got a 15. You got it.
Nice.
So you're able to push him off the tree. He doesn't take damage, but he is now prone, which means that Goatee, on your turn, you will have advantage on this next attack.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna, since the last creature died that had Hunter's Mark, I'm gonna use my bonus action to change it to the prone null. So now he has Hunter's Mark on him. And then I'm gonna fire my hand crossbow.
All right, perfect.
Natural 20.
Nice. Now again, you do double dice damage on
my
all
God.
your rolls.
So I rolled twice, right? Okay, so I rolled twice for the weapon. Do I roll twice for the swarm?
Yep.
And okay.
And for Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
So if I crit on my sneak attack, that'd be like 4d6. Nice.
21 points of piercing damage.
All right, you immediately just eviscerate this guy, once more destroying him with your swarm of synthetic robot nanomachines, just absolutely eating him out.
Oh.
That being said, we now go to the remaining hunter and Nar. I'm gonna first see to roll what they're going to do in this situation. All right, the hunter is immediately seeing what's happening. He realizes how quickly things are turning around, and he's going to take the disengage action and immediately just get out of dodge. Let's see if the Fleshnar has similar ideas. No, he is still going to stay around. If anything, he's going to be doubling down on what he's doing, and once more, he's going to try to take down as many people as possible. Trying to hit Moldavite twice and Izzy once. Moldavite, your 2 hits. All right, does a 15 hit?
Exactly.
All right, let's see here. He's going to try to stab you. That's only 4 points damage.
Okay.
Izzy, now he's going to try to hit you.
I'm fully at 4.
Natural 3. You're fine.
I'm fully at 4.
That's his turn. We are now then going to go towards the top of the order, but immediately before you can take anything, Izzy, you immediately hear your father's voice calling out, Izzy, stand up so I can see you.
I'm gonna stand up, of course.
All right. Immediately as that happens, you see a giant ball of yellow arcane energy racing towards you with your father firing it from his transmutation gauntlets. What do you do?
I'm charging up my magic in preparation to be hit by the blast.
All right. The blast collides, and you immediately get the benefits of the haste spell. For those that don't know, haste is a spell that allows the user to get a second action per turn, as well as increase their movement speed. You also get a +2 bonus to your AC and have advantage on dexterity saving throws. All right. Moldavite, it's your turn, though. What are you going to do?
Cool. So Moldavite fully at 4 hit points is just covered in like green blood. I think he's at the point where he's so damaged, like all his like tactics knowledge goes out the window, and he just wants to kill this man dead. And because I have an ally within 5 feet, I get sneak attack for free. So I'm just gonna attack bonus action with the psychic blades.
Gotcha.
Well, okay, so that's a 17 and a nat 20.
You absolutely decimate this poor Fleshnar.
Can I say the nat 20 is the one with sneak attack?
You absolutely can.
Okay, so that's going to be 8d6.
Don't even bother rolling. There's no way you cannot kill this person.
No.
That's 8d6 plus 8 damage. I'm just gonna roll that for fun to see how much that would have been.
All right.
That was 33 damage. That's their drop.
All right.
Guy.
As you absolutely just up and just immediately stab into him, rage and taking over any sense of composure. You just keep stabbing and stabbing and stabbing and stabbing until you realize a little too late that he's done. And yet, as you step away, his body looks perfectly fine. He's dead, but it looks completely unscathed.
All his psychic blades, like, they don't leave any physical marks. So he's just, like, firing and firing on him with the psychic blades, and he looks completely dead, but, like, no viscera at all.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes perfectly back into the composure of just, like, and, like, looks completely back to normal after that, like, bloodlust took over.
All right, everyone. As we end our first combat encounter, some of us barely a scratch on them, others injured or on the brink of death.
Is there anyone here who can heal me? I am fully near death right now.
All right. Well, good news is actually, Roman actually immediately goes up to you and tops you off with a clean 20 hit points.
Oh, thank you, good man.
Armand, you got another one for me over there?
Dude, I know you can heal yourself.
He took many hits in this fight as Moldavite kind of gestures over to Izzy.
Yeah. Come on. Fly me something, please.
Dude, I know you're fine. He winks though, and however, your father does actually offer to heal you himself as he goes over and is so grateful. I'm so glad you're okay, son, he pants. If I'd known that nose would be out here, your mother and I...
It's okay, Dad. You're not omnipotent. You can't know everything. You were really passionate about this project. You were just blinded. It's okay. It's cool.
Maybe, but still, this feels so wrong. He shuffles his feet and then looks towards everyone else. As this is happening, Alera and, I take it, Goatee, you two approach.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you two approach, he looks behind everyone and says, "And who are these fine young heroes that help save my device?"
Moldavite just kind of looks and is like, were you the one that sent that, like, swarm of bees? Robot bees, were they?
Yeah, I did that.
Fascinating. That was a very good tactic. And you, the bow, the crossbow.
Yeah, that was me.
I saw that one fight right there. He fully ripped someone's heart out. It was phenomenal. Moldavite, I'm sent by the Adventurers Guild as sort of backup security for this event, which thankfully came in handy.
Ooh, fancy. I'm Alara as I twirl my cute little ponytail and fix my skirt.
It's so wonderful to meet all of you. I know I promised this one here I'd stop making promises I can't keep. He points towards Izzy. So excuse me if I don't offer you all jobs in the Heroes Guild right now. However, I can tell you that the word of a Vanderplan goes a long, long way with the Guild's elite. That may be. I'm afraid that even with the Guild, their talents would be wasted. Standing by the clearing with a withered blackthorn staff, you all see a withered old tiefling. Immediately, Dr. Vanderplan face pales as he rushes forward in front of all of you. He cocks his gauntlet once more. Get away from my son, you demon scum! Izzy, this is something you've never seen from your father before, but you can tell he is easily spooked by this person. His face is white, his palm hairs are standing on edge, and his eyes are wide in terror. The tiefling, however, is nonplussed. It's been a long time, Leon, he begins. Not long enough for you, apparently. And it never will be. Not until you answer for your crimes. And what good would that kind of answer do? A quick drop and a sudden stop, or a sudden jolt from a lightning bolt, won't bring back the lives I slew, nor will it heal the scars I've raked. And yet you hide in the wastelands and refuse to answer for your crimes. What a coward. Not I, Mato. What do you want, Aeschylus? Aeschylus looks past Dr. Vanderplan to the party members. As he meets eyes with each of you, you swear you see a faint flash dance across his Stygian irises. To seek the aid of heroes in a land once more in need of them. Dr. Vanderplan charges an attack on his gauntlet. Out of the question! If you think I'm going to let my son anywhere near you...
Dad, calm down. I've never seen you lose your composure like this. Is this guy really that bad?
Son, this is Aeschylus, the founder of the Cult of Grast. I spent half my life fighting this lunatic from killing everyone. If you think for a second we can trust him...
But, I mean, if you think about it, if he really wanted to kill us, he could have done it when the Gnolls were attacking. So, let's just hear him out.
Everyone deserves a chance to repent for their actions.
Fine. Izzy, I'll hear him out. You go home and take care of the device.
What? No, that's not what I meant, Dad. Listen, how about you take your device that you worked so hard for, and you go take it back home, and I can handle this.
But your mother, if she finds out you go with him, what will she say?
Mom will be fine. Look what we did here. We stopped a whole Gnoll invasion. Dad, I can handle it.
He did fully rip out a heart of one of the Gnolls. He is very competent in battle.
Moldavites, unfortunately, he doesn't look to you, but he does, for a second, move away, think about this, and out of the corner of his face, Izzy, you swear you saw him smile for a second there. But when he looks back to you all, he seems resigned to what's saying. Fine. He moves out of your way and motions for you to follow him. But as you do, he points towards Aeschylus with his gauntlet, saying, "But if you do anything to harm my child, there's not a plane on this multiverse where you'll be able to hide from me." Tiefling says nothing, as Dr. Vanderplan gives Izzy a quick hug, motions for his crew to continue packing up, and leaves. Once everyone is gone, Aeschylus steps forward. I know you must have many questions for me, but I can't answer them all now. Not here, at least. No packs do not overlap their hunting territories, but they may still smell their dead. I ask you to trust me and come to a safer location. He holds out his staff for you all to take hold.
Why not? And I grab onto the staff.
Alright.
Seeing him grab on, I grab on as well.
Alright. One.
I'll go reach out for it.
I put specifically my thumb and my pointer finger on in the small space that is still left on the staff for me to grab.
Alright. Once everyone is on, he begins to chant in Abyssal. Though his words strike terror into you all, his countenance begets one of comfort, not tyranny. The same glimmer you saw before now returns as a dancing flame within his pupils. As the incantation reaches a cadence, you feel divine energy swirl around you as a magical sphere engulfs your view. Once it clears, you see that you are no longer standing in a wilderness, but instead outside in a ancient symmetrical temple placed against a small saltwater lake. Welcome, my friend, to my home, the Temple of Atonement.
Ooh.
Now then, Aeschylus says, I'm sure you have many questions for me. Ask any you wish. I give my word I will do the best to answer them, and when I am ready, I ask for you simply to do the same.
Yes. My main question is what is this? You were talking about some threat appearing. What is this threat that you warned about?
He nods to you and says, all right. 2 nights ago, in a dream, I saw myself adrift in a sea of Icorian blood during an arcane hurricane. I recognized instantly that this was a vision, if not a prophecy. The waters were thrashing and turning about me, flecked with multicolored sprays of light and magic. Above, the sky clashed in thunderclaps of divine and natural power. Dozens of pale, ashen hands grasped out of the water, desperate to cling to any support, but finding nothing. And amidst this chaos, a single vessel plowed through. A gaunt, grim galleon with sails stained crimson red. Its mast swayed and creaked against the howling winds, while its demonic masthead drove the ship forward into the storm. What frightened me most about the ship were its passengers. Cruel, eldritch abominations, each one a more terrifying mockery of demonkind than the last. Together they steered the boat in clean, precise movements through the hands, while grabbing both corpses and live bodies. Finally, as they approached me, the other fiends stepped back to reveal a single woman. Nothing was said, only a look was shared. But I never forgot that gaze, and her piercing blue eyes. With a wave, the ship accelerated, and the sky was torn asunder with a biblical thunderclap. When my vision returned, I was back in the temple. I believe this is a prophecy of what is to come. A great demonic threat, greater than any of we have seen before, is coming to destroy the lands. Whether or not this is from the abyss or elsewhere, I do not know. But I wish to stop it as soon as possible.
Can I roll an insight check just to make sure I believe that and like he's not leading us along?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm also going to use my side bolstered knack, which means I just add an extra d6. I can do that for free once per long rest. That is a 18.
All right, an 18. With that, you quickly are able to put together that, yes, this certainly is a bit suspicious and a bit fantastical. However, you also recognize that from what little you remember about prophecies, it reminds you very much of other prophecies you heard and shares a lot of similar parallels. As a Githyanki, you've heard many prophecies made by both your own people as well as the Githzerai, and in both cases, they use this exact kind of language. Fantastical imagery, extremely vivid sensory details that assault and overwhelm all 5 key senses, and clear, distinct visuals that you could easily pick up or find in other locations. So this is definitely seems like a real prophecy.
I'm also going to activate my Psychic Whispers ability too, which basically as an action, I can choose a number of creatures, aka the party, and we can basically get free telepathic communication for that length. This is for 2 hours. So I just kind of relay that information. First of all, sorry for speaking in your minds. Second of all, that checks out due to everything that I know from the monk, the Githyanki and Githzerai monasteries about prophecies. So, while a little strange, that does check out.
All right.
Okay.
And y'all can also respond through communication if you need to.
All right. Well, moving forward, does anybody else have another question they want to ask?
Yes. First off, as he talking, I'm imagining Izzy, like walking around the room, touching everything, feeling around, just young mind. And then after he gives his spew, like his whole prophecy, I want Izzy to ask. So, Aeschylus, Kailis, whatever your name is, what do you? No. Yeah, Aeschylus, whatever. So, what do you want us to do exactly?
Well, I'm glad you asked. In order to stop this threat, I believe that we must use as much power as possible to work together and take preventative measures. Specifically, I think we should gather the 8 divine relics of Gratz in order to stop this threat and grant the ancient wish spell. On their own, the relics are powerful but limited, each representing one of the 8 schools of magic. But together, they can be used to cast the divine wish spell. With it, we can easily use that spell to either prevent reality from being destroyed or undo any damage that the prophecy causes. He then looks towards Alera, asking specifically, by any chance, are you aware of the relic's existence?
Yeah, I actually know exactly what those are. That's why I came here. I was looking for the artifacts to see if they could actually cast a spell and if they could be replicated, actually.
Perfect. For a bit of backstory to everyone, the sacred relics were originally the 8 primary items used during the demon wars to summon the demon prince Gratz. Essentially, they were going to use the wish spell to give Gratz a physical body that he could then inhabit and then use his full power on in the material plane. However, that was quickly stopped from being cast, and although the ritual was prevented, the relics themselves cannot technically be destroyed. Once they were created, they will continue to be created until that wish spell is cast. Right now, Izzy, your parents are actually watching over 2 of those said relics, specifically the Transmutation Gauntlet and the Sentinel's Plate, Transmutation and Abjuration relics. However, you also know that getting access to those relics may be easier said than done. Whenever your parents want to use them or make any changes with it, they have to fill out at least 2 months of paperwork with the government and the Adventurers Guild to get permission.
I have a question. So, the Demon Prince is a good deity in this?
No, actually, the Demon Prince Gratz, as well as other Demon Princes, they are malevolent, at least you interpret them as malevolent entities that are always focused on destruction, change, and ultimate power. They are born from the abyss as creatures that seek to destroy and change the world. In essence, their primary goal is to bring about the heat death of the universe, essentially.
So, and we want to help him summon the Demon Prince?
No, you're going to help him gather the relics that can cast a wish spell. The wish spell itself is not evil. It can be used for any wish you wish. And the thing is, the cult was planning on using those relics to summon the Demon Prince.
Okay.
However, he is saying that you're going to use it for a different purpose entirely.
I see it.
Looking at the temple, do I have any information on it from past experiences or gone the archives?
Unfortunately, the archives have not seen anything like this before. You've definitely seen different types of temples, but this one, specifically, nothing about it. You don't know anything about this place except for the name.
The archives also have information on what happened back. Mm-hmm. They do have info on that.
Yes, they would have info about the cult itself.
Perfect.
All right, so how do you exactly expect us to find these relics?
Aeschylus perks up this. Fortunately, we already have access to one of the relics. Aeschylus' eyes glow, causing his staff to shimmer and transform. The one begins to sprout various eyes, while the orb enlarges for you to all see inside. With the eyes of Savras, I will be better able to detect and locate the other relics' arcane signatures wherever they are used. I've already found where one of them is already, and once we get to it, you will have full access to unlimited transportation and guards during your journey. However, they won't be able to assist you in acquiring said relics. Competing energy auras from other relics often inhibit or nullify spells cast by said relics. Ideally, you shouldn't even be able to use them in the first place. The relics are powerful, but they need time for lesser beings to be able to use them. Usually up to a year in order to attune and be able to access their power. Then, every time afterwards, you must draw from within yourself to power the spells you desire. The relics do not change the rules of magic. They simply amplify and direct your power, not supply it. As such, most beings that use the relics often deplete their own reserves and destroy themselves, or become puppets of said relics.
Ooh. So by using these relics, there's a high chance that we could physically die.
Yes, that's why I would not recommend using it yourself. Others may very well be using it, but I would not recommend you do the same. As for myself, I plan to use various bags of holding to store each one. Therefore, the ones I do use will still be in effect, but I will not be negatively impacted by them too much.
And the relics won't, destroy those bags of holding?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
They can be switched between demiplanes as needed. They just simply won't exert influence over one another. As long as they're within 30 feet of one another within the plane, they technically could impact one another, but being on a separate demiplane will nullify that for now.
So they're all like phones and like telephone jammers at the same time.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now I just have 2 more questions for you, Mr. Achilles. No. Whatever.
The full bit.
Why should we trust you? And what do you plan to do after this project is fulfilled? What stops you from just taking the relics and summoning demon prince like you did before?
He takes a second to think about this, and then says, truthfully, you have no reason to trust me. I won't deny that I have done terrible things in the past. Things that many would say would warrant death. But I refuse to see it as such. While with the Githzerai, I learned much about myself and the power of atonement. I do not believe my death will truly solve anything over what I've done, and will be a pointless gesture to make other people feel better. So until my dying breath, I will continue to carry out my beliefs and heal the damage I have caused in whatever form it may take. If after this I am required to stand trial, I will. But until that point, if I can do anything, something, to save the world, I will do that first.
You spent time with the Githzerai.
Yes, they have temples upon this land.
Fascinating. And he just kind of notes that.
With that, he is going to quickly ask you all a couple of questions himself. All right? I'm curious. First off, Moldavite.
Hmm?
You mentioned you worked as a freelance mercenary for the Adventurers Guild. What brought you to such a job profession, if you don't mind me asking?
Moldavite just kind of takes that information, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and roll a deception check real quick.
Go
Just
ahead.
Try and like hide like as much as I can. Oh, that's 2. He goes, just you know what that means. Just kind of stuff like that. Trying to find work outside of everything else. Nothing else. Nothing else.
All right. He nods to that and says, all right. Do you have any other reservations or questions for me right now?
My really only big questions is why personally do you want to stop this threat?
Like I said, to make up for past sins. He turns to Goatee. I'm curious. I've met a few androids from Gond, but never you. Out of curiosity, what exactly are your prime directives, Goatee?
My prime directive is to find my brother. He also loved nature.
All right, then. Understood. He turns to Izzy and says, what about you, young one? What exactly brought you out here, and why do you specifically want to stop this threat? You've asked me. Why don't I ask you the same? What's your interest in stopping this threat?
I don't really have interests and goals. I thought I still have a lot of time to think. Everybody just wants me to choose one specific thing, but I don't know.
All right. He then quickly looks towards Alara and says, and what exactly are you all prepared to do in order to stop this?
I guess I would do whatever it takes, Mr. Aeschylus, sir.
He notes you for that response, looks at you for a little bit, nods, and then motions for you to all follow him into his temple. He takes you down a quick hallway and into a small but cluttered study on the left. Please pardon the mess, he says, and he motions for you all to kind of cram onto a small bench with multiple open tomes on top. I tend to pick up obsessions like the flu. Looking around, you see a few books on his shelf that have very peculiar titles. They look like journals or tombs, but the titles read such strange topics as conch shells from the outer phase sea, various fiendish blood samples, witch components, and last but not least, android schematics and parts. At the last one, Aeschylus darts his head towards Goatee and explains, that one was taken 20 years ago. He was transferring his software to a new body, and he told me I could keep his older body.
You've had contact with him.
Oh, yes, but that was years ago. A decade even. I hardly remember. Aeschylus then stops in front of his desk and holds out a massive tomb covered in runes you identify written in Infernal next to a standard teleportation scroll. I needed this to find the location, he explains. Back before I joined the Order, I had scattered 6 or 7 relics across the land. However, the 7th was so powerful that I feared what would happen if it was allowed to remain in the realm. He opened up the tomb to a worn and spattered page, so instead, I hid it within the Underdark.
Now, before we move on, I want to first take this second to quickly explain how teleportation magic works and how it was initially developed after the war. In this world, teleportation magic primarily exists in two forms: runic and modern notation. Essentially, before Auxil first created the patent process for modern teleportation, runic teleportation was a series of various runes, incantations, and magical frequencies that one could use to travel from one point to the next. The trick was that in order to get from point A to point B, you had to incorporate both the location and the frequency you needed. The idea was that the location was where you specifically wanted to go, and then you would say a specific frequency that would provide the necessary avenue for your magical power to transport you. The location was the intent, and the frequency was the means of getting you there. And as a result, there are numerous frequencies that have been created and or propagated throughout the history of teleportation, with each different culture and sometimes even creator using wildly different frequencies and leaving it a very disconnected and disjointed mess. In contrast, Auxil and Dr. Vanderplin's modern teleportation system is crucial in the point that it not only connects teleportation circles from any and all realms, but it also makes sure to standardize all of them on the same spectrum. As a result, all that is needed now is the coordinates as well as permission from the original circle creator in order to move from one point to another. The trick, though, is that even though it is a simpler process, it is one that is also easier to track, regulate, and adjust both in times of emergency and general maintenance. I think a really good analogy between the two systems are the differences between radio frequencies and cell phone frequencies, where the idea is that with a radio, you need to adjust the dial in order to pick up certain frequencies, and often it's a one-way process, whereas with cell phones, theoretically speaking, they are all on the same frequency, and any cell phone can contact another cell phone provided they have the proper access code and the person at the other end picks up.
Talking about before.
Yes, but not exactly for the reasons you have in mind.
Right now, I think it might be the safest because, theoretically speaking, it is the only one that I believe isn't guarded or held by anything right now. All right, so it should just be simply in and out. Once you do get it, I will be able to hopefully use it to get guards and or transportation for you within the plane. All right, but I would not stay there for much longer. How many of you actually have been to the Underdark?
I personally haven't. I've just been to the Astral Sea in this plane, but
I'm a little familiar. Yeah, I would say that.
All right, then you know of the dangers, I take it.
Yeah, but I would love to know specifically what you're talking about.
All right, well, the plane I have specifically is one of the lower planes. Supposedly, it'll be rampant with hordes of undead, eldritch aberrations, and worst of all, demonkind. I made sure to place the bone near an open portal to Gratz's territory. That way, not even the bravest adventurers would dare approach it, and hopefully the portal would not be accessed so easily. I don't have any beliefs that the demons themselves will be able to use it, especially since the relic doesn't respond to undead or fiend magic. Only the living can use the relics. Besides, it seemed fitting enough that the relics of Gratz be placed the gateway to his home territory in the first place. Any questions?
I actually have a question for Alara, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Would you know of any other dangers that would possibly befall us in the Underdark? As you are from there, correct?
Yeah.
Wait, you're from the Underdark. You're from Gond. Are you the only one from the Prime Material Plane?
Yes.
Neat. But is there anything that we should know or be worried about when we do go there?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lived it up in the Underdark, so there's some neat clubs down there we could hit if we survive this.
That sounds phenomenal. Go clubbing in the Underdark.
That's for a later adventure. No spoilers. All right. Well, regardless, as you all begin to get ready, Aeschylus once more begins chanting and is able to use a teleport spell to quickly transport you back towards the Underdark location.
Oh, he's just sending us now?
Yeah.
Okay, neat.
I'll say mechanically short rest has passed, so if you need to get health back,
Okay.
go ahead.
I
We'll say that.
got healed earlier, so I am... Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Paul just pushes us in.
All right.
Have fun.
I might be semi-useless the next encounter. No spells.
As soon as you pull out of the teleportation circle, you spot the temple across from the portal. Its hulking door leers down at you, decorated with various depictions of torture, carnage, and unrestrained debauchery. As you enter inside, the doors creak, then collapse down towards you, missing by a couple inches. Come in, my little ones. No need to linger by the stoop. A veiled female figure emerges from behind a stone pillar. Her clothes are plain, but drawn tightly against her, as if trying to suffocate the wearer. It has been some time since new wards have entered into our hollow ground. My name is Mother Robinson. To whom do I address?
Goatee of Gond.
Is this one of those situations where, like, if we give them our name, we're gonna get utterly screwed?
Go ahead and roll me, I'm gonna say insight.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight. I'm also gonna use my Cybolster knack on this. Okay, good, because that is a 16.
All right, you definitely know that something is mainly up with this woman. Just the way she moves is somewhat unnatural, like she's used to looking differently. But right now, you don't think giving your name to her is going to be terrible. Alara, roll me an Arcana check quickly.
My name is Malachite.
I rolled 17.
All right, 17. Save that for later. Right, but meantime, Izzy, do you want to do anything?
Yes, my name is Aeschylus.
All right.
So you do know his name.
Yes, I did.
At that, she immediately looks you up and down, but then shrugs and says, "Please, come inside. You will be safe within the sanctuary." Do you do so?
Yeah,
go
nothing to
in.
lose. Let's just go in.
No way back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going... This doesn't look dangerous at all. No.
It's just either way in.
Inside the temple itself, the outside warmth is definitely dampened. It's no longer extremely hot, but it is almost suffocatingly humid. The air stinks of sweat and various moistures, and around her, the temple walls are lined with various murals and sculpture. A manic centaur stabs into a rabbit folk, while a gnome wickedly pulls at the bit in the centaur's mouth. A Triton sculpture built into the wall itself reaches out into space, as if bursting through reality in order to escape the nightmarish paintings on the walls. And all around you, the empty pews whisper and echo long-forgotten prayers, indiscernible yet omnipresent.
I don't enjoy that.
Don't like that.
Are these, like, the little stone things, are those pews?
Yes, those are supposed to be the pews.
I'm gonna roll investigation on those.
All
or
right.
would perception... I'll do perception, because that's my better score. That's a 15.
All right, you don't get anything before, because as soon as you start to stare, Robinson immediately says, please, leave those engaged in worship alone. It is rude to stare.
Okay, that is not creepy at all. No, thank you.
Please, come with me. You wish to see the bone, correct?
I just kind of nod.
She then points towards the far end of the hall, where a burnt acacium bone carving stands erect on top of an obsidian slab. Its mere presence radiates an atmosphere of darkened decay and oppression. As you can see, the bone of Merkel. One touch, my friends, and you too can taste the liberation of rats. As you all approach, she waits for all of you to move forward and then moves back towards Alera and puts her hand on your shoulder. A moment, please, young rat.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
The rest of you move forward then?
I will.
Yeah, hesitantly. I was at the party. This seems a little too easy.
I'm gonna go towards the altar with the bone on it.
I'll be right there giving you backup.
All right, you move towards it.
Meanwhile, Alera, Mother Robinson takes a quick second to whisper into your ear.
You seem distracted, young paladin. Troubled, even. I see it in your eyes. You're not just here for the bone, are you? You want more.
What makes you say that? Haha, laughs very awkwardly.
She does not laugh back, but instead softens her expression. Because I've been in the exact same situation you have. You feel trapped at your home. You crave a power you cannot rival, a freedom you cannot fathom. And yet, in that search, you blind yourself. She points towards the others. Do you really think they will share their power with you? No. We, better than all, know the nature of true power. It does not share. It shall do. It only consumes.
Look, lady, projecting is really toxic, and you should probably keep those feelings to yourself.
At this, she immediately chuckles and says, I thought the same. But maybe you are right. Regardless, I can offer you something far greater than they can. Stay with me, become my disciple, and you shall want for nothing. All I ask in return is devotion to yourself and your desires. You may save your family. You may save your city.
Oh, okay. You see, that sounds really tempting. But, like, maybe I should talk to my party about that?
Very well. She steps away. Do so. We now cut to the rest of the party.
I kind of look over at Goatee and Izzy like, so we're definitely not touching this staff without hands, right? That seems wildly cursed.
I just look at it, it's like, this is easy.
It seems too easy, right? That's just not me.
Incredibly easy.
I'm going
For some
to...
sacred relic.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Ooh.
Just to be sure. Because it could be just a fake. It could just be literally just a bone.
Okay, are you going to cast this as a ritual, or are you going to cast this as an action?
Do we have an hour? Or that's all. I'll just use my spell slot. It's fine.
Okay, go ahead and read me a description of
Detect
Magic.
magic. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around an invisible creature or object, and you learn its school of magic, if any. It can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and 1 thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood.
Alright, you immediately cast the spell, and you are immediately blasted with unfathomable necrotic energy. This is the real deal.
Okay.
Right here, right now. That's the real bone. You can't sense any other forms of magic around it. You just know that this is the real deal. And based on what Aeschylus told you, if you touch it, you won't be able to use it, thankfully. But if you keep a hold on it for too long, it may not be a good idea in the first place.
All right.
How heavy does the bone look?
Oh, it's not heavy at all. It's about the size of a femur bone.
It's all right. It's a bone, all right.
I have an idea that wouldn't be me touching it. I just kind of do that like telepathic, like that like Professor X thing where I hold a finger up to my like temple, and is it under 10 pounds?
Yes, actually.
Cool. I cast Mage Hand on it. Also, as a Githyanki, my Mage Hands are invisible, so I just kind of telepathically reach up and grab it and start moving it towards me.
All right. As you do that, you hear a faint, echoing laughter come out. Mother Robinson begins to call out. You think it is that simple, she says, that you may simply take without being taken yourselves. She begins to double over as if heaving in ecstasy. Her body begins to elongate and turn a gauntly dark shade. Her clothes rip, her jaw thrust forward. Hear me now, children. If you will not submit to a mother's love, then you will kneel before a queen's wrath.
Oh no.
Everyone, roll me initiative. As you see Mother Robinson immediately transform into a demonic presence as the pews become filled with multiple small demonic creatures. You immediately identify as quasits.
How many is multiple?
That's going to be 6 of them.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. I'm gonna not be able to do anything.
Cool. I got my number. Oh, joy.
Number couldn't even be a little higher.
Number 2. It's all natural. No additives, just a 1.
Oh dear.
We had to touch the bone. We couldn't.
I have-
Needed to grab it. At least I'm not touching it with my hand.
How do we contact Aeschylus?
You're gonna have to get back to the teleportation circle and activate the portal for him to get access to you.
I got a nat 1 plus 3 is 4.
All right.
I got a 16.
Alrighty then. Good.
I got a 9.
All right. Izzy?
I got 11.
Alrighty then. Then at the top of the order, we are going to go towards
Mother Robinson.
She has taken her true demonic form, as you can see now.
Dude, Mom, we did not consent to this.
She is going to hold her action, watching each and every one of you with grim satisfaction. We're now going to then move towards Alera. What are you going to do?
I'm kind of trapped in between my party and the enemies. Well, not in between. The enemies are between me and my party right now. So I'm on my own. But I will use my rapier to slash the closest enemy.
Gotcha. Go ahead and move up to that one, and then I will mention that these characters are definitely fiends. All right, so
Oh,
I will use my divine smite.
alrighty
nice.
then. As you step into this, go ahead and first let's see if you hit.
With my rapier?
Yep.
Okay, let's see.
They're really
Because
small. I didn't realize they was here.
They're tiny.
I'm trying to look in. Like,
They
I'm like, where
are.
the enemies
I
at?
got 25 with my rapier.
25 super hits. All right.
Nice.
Now, for those that don't know, Divine Smite, how that works is that whenever a paladin hits with an attack, they can supercharge it by expending a spell slot of theirs to do an extra amount of damage equal to 1 plus the spell's level. However, in addition to that, when they hit a fiend or undead, they do an additional 3rd point roll of damage. So in this case, since you are attacking this quasit, you're gonna roll your rapier damage, then with an additional 3d8 of radiant damage.
Oh my gosh.
So let's see if you can take this little guy out.
Let's see, the rapier damage is 10.
All right, that unfortunately is going to be half to 5 since your
Oh.
rapier isn't magical, but you're going to do full radiant damage to him.
So I'm doing 3d8 now.
Yep.
3d8. I got 8.
Nice. That's enough to just eviscerate him.
Nice.
We are now going to go to Izzy.
Izzy's gonna first off. I'm gonna move behind the motivite. Get that right there. I'm gonna use that for my action. Then as a bonus action, I'm gonna use a spiritual weapon yet again.
Nice.
I'm gonna have it targeting one of the guys on the right. That should be in range. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it definitely is. Let's say the one at the bottom right, but that's kind of close to Alera, but not really.
All right, perfect.
That one?
Go ahead and take your attack then.
All right, 13.
13 definitely hits. That's
Okay.
their armor class.
All right, now it's 1d8 plus my spell. That will be 8 damage.
Nice. You absolutely eviscerate this guy as well. They are dropping quickly. As you do so, everything is going to starting to get hostile. As immediately afterwards, as her prepared action, Mother Robinson is immediately going to look towards you, and she is going to use her weakening gaze against you. Izzy, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
15.
15. All right, you succeed. Then, as her part of her multi-attack, she is then going to once more try to get you to submit to her, saying, "Do not resist me!" And I now need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
I don't know if I'm winning this one. Wait, 18.
All right, she fails. She's just absolutely trying to subjugate you, Izzy, but failing at every turn. All right, that moves on then to Goatee. Goatee, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
To go after the small ones or the big one? I'm gonna start firing on the big one.
All right, gotcha. Quick question about a Hunter's Mark. Does it specify, does it use the same damage as the primary attacking weapon?
It just says you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon. It doesn't specify what type of damage. It's a spell, so technically it's magical.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I will say then that, what kind of weapons are you using specifically?
My magic hand crossbows.
Okay, since it is magical, you will be able to do full damage, all right?
The swarm does not do full damage if they have resistance to piercing.
Okay.
Because the swarm is not magic.
All right, so your swarm will be resistant.
So I am gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the big one. Okay, does a 17 hit?
17 hits her.
Cool. 5 plus the d6. 6 plus swarm. So 6 in total for magic because I rolled 2 ones.
Gotcha.
And then a 3 from the swarm, which is half.
It's already been halved?
No, it's 3, so half there would be 1 if we're running
I'll say
down.
round up to 2. All right,
In
that's gonna
total
be-
is 8 damage
All right, good work.
overall.
All right, now we're gonna go then to Moldavite. Moldavite, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. So I have the bone, I have that with me, correct?
Yeah, it's floating in air next to you right now.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to does Mage Hand move along with me, or?
I would say yes, it would probably move along with you, but within the same distance. Like, say, if you move 5 feet, it'll move 5 feet.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to have that follow it. Actually, I don't want to risk that getting counterspelled or anything. I'm just going to have the bone on my person,
Okay.
throw it in my pack as my object interaction.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to... Does it seem like we need to, get to the portal as soon as possible? Or, is fighting, the best course of action, tactically?
Kind of depends on what you're thinking about doing. Right now, you've got at least 5 or if not 6 hostiles towards you. Definitely you could retreat, but they're all standing in the way of you getting out right now. And the closet seems poised to start blockading the entrance, so it's your call.
Okay, I think I'm gonna call to the team. Let's try and get out of here as soon as possible. And I'm going to move that way so I don't get into her threat, she doesn't get an attack of opportunity on me. And I'm actually going to roll to hide behind. That would be a 19.
That works.
Okay, so that was my cunning action, bonus action hide, and then action, I'm going to roll to hit on her, so I'll leave you with advantage. Ooh, bad rolls. I'm going to use one of my side bolstered knack. Okay, that adds a 5, so 13 plus 6, 19.
That hits.
Okay, thank God. I deal 14 psychic damage to her.
That definitely is able to deal the damage.
Cool.
All right.
And that ends my turn.
All right, perfect. As that happens, we then go into the closets, who, as soon as you attack, they immediately jump forward, and 2 of them immediately go after Moldavite. First one, that one.
Thank God.
Second one, it got a 12. That misses as well. All right.
It's kind of swatting off these little, creatures,
Got me.
All right. The remaining 2, however, they are going to go ahead and go after Alara for now. Okay. And that one for the first one, and Alara, does a dirty 20 hit you?
Yes.
All righty then. Let's see here. This Quasit, first and foremost, does 4 points piercing damage, and now I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
What does that mean?
It's basically like a check, but also certain classes have proficiency in con saves. I don't think Paladin is one of them. For example, Izzy would, because Sorcerer, but...
Yeah, I didn't have proficiency in wisdom. I had a -1, and I said 18. So
You had a 9. Oh,
yeah, I had 19 -1.
So I rolled the d20. I rolled 19 on the
Nice.
d20, and then 25.
All right. Well, regardless, 19 definitely is good enough. You won't have to worry about this. You succeed your saving throw. Once more, we are moving back to the top of the order with Mother Robinson. She is going to now take this turn, and she's going to rush towards Goatee and immediately start trying to grab you.
Uh-oh.
23.
To hit?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
All right, she immediately starts grabbing you and slamming you down onto the ground. And for 6 points damage.
Cool.
And then she's going to take a second attack and once more try to do the exact same thing towards you. This time, however, she only rolls a 12.
That's gonna miss.
All right, she unfortunately is not able to do that. As a result, we now go towards Alera. It's your turn. What do you do, Alera?
I'm gonna slash these little monster things with my rapier. One
Alright.
of them, at least. The one standing in front of me. Be 16.
16 definitely hits.
Okay, damage 5.
Is that just with your rapier?
Yes.
Okay, then that's going to be half down to 3 then. Now we are going to go then towards Izzy.
I'm going to move right there. Then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt, and I'm gonna twin spell that.
Nice. All right. First off, what is Guiding Bolt, and then what is Twin Spell?
All right, Guiding Bolt, a flash of light streaks towards a creature of my choice within range. Range is 120 feet. On the hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage. And yeah,
All right. Okay. Who you were targeting specifically?
I am targeting definitely the mother who loves slamming people.
Gotcha. Mother Robinson, go ahead.
And then I'm targeting one of the little creatures that hasn't been hit yet.
All right, the Quasits. Gotcha.
Yeah, one of them. All right, the first one, that definitely hits. That's a 25.
Oh, yeah, that's super hits. Now roll me damage.
All right, that's 4d6 radiant.
Perfect.
That's a juicy 18.
Mother Robinson, nice. And now roll me the damage for the Quasit, all right?
All right, he's taking a whopping 16.
You eviscerate one, and Mother Robinson is not taking that damage well.
All right, then I'm gonna use, motivation to be clear. I'm gonna use my bonus attack to use my spectral weapon because it's still there.
All right.
And it's still there in the same vicinity, so I'm gonna just attack that notice next to Motivite. Never mind, it won't hit. Sorry, Motivite. That's a nat one. It won't hit. Never mind, it won't hit. Never mind.
All right.
Never
Well,
mind.
could it be worse? Meantime, we are going to go towards Goatee. Goatee, it's your turn. Mother Robinson is absolutely trying to attack you any chance she gets. What do you do?
Am I pinned down, or did she just basically slam me to the floor?
That was mainly flavor, so you aren't pinned down right now.
If I attack her though, because I'm within 5 feet, I do get disadvantage. So
I give you advantage because the guiding bolt.
So I'll just roll normal.
Yeah, just roll normal.
For the first
balance
attack.
out.
Sure, why not? Let's do the crossbow to her face. That's a 22.
That hits.
Take that. So 10 in total for the non-half damage. Swarm. Actually, I'm gonna have the swarm move me 5 feet back.
Alrighty.
So that does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Gotcha. Nice. Perfect.
Then I'm gonna use my bonus action to fire again with the other crossbow. 16 plus 7. Yeah.
That hits.
10 plus 11 for the non-half damage.
Now we move then towards Moldavite.
I'm thinking. I'm going to actually go for the Quasits because I'll get sneak attacks. The Quasits are next to Alera, try and clear those out. And I'm going to steady aim, not move, get bonus action, so I get advantage on these attack rolls.
Perfect.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That is a. Gonna use a side bolstered knack. Does a 14 hit?
14 will hit a closet.
Okay, good. That'll be 19 damage to the closet right in front of Alara.
Perfect. He's gone. Right. That then leads us to Closet, who's going to once more try to attack Alara first. He misses with a 6, but then, as a bonus action, he's turning himself invisible.
What?
Yep,
Great.
at this time. But you know he's there. All right, the next Closet now is going to go ahead and now take his attack. Hits with a 16, I take it?
Yep.
All right. He does 5 points damage. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's in that one.
All right. In that case, you're going to take an additional 2d6 damage, which is going to be only 2 points damage, and you are poisoned.
Oh,
And for
crap.
those who know, that means that technically, at the end of every turn, you can try to save out of this again, same
Okay.
DC. But until then, every turn you start poisoned, you have disadvantages on all ability checks and saving throws.
Okay.
We now go to Mother Robinson. She's going to look around, seeing her closets have turned invisible for now. She's going to grin, looking behind her and saying, "You three offer no sport. But you, Alara." Her voice softens. "I know you have potential. Trust me. If you really think these fools can offer it to you, then fine, slay me where you stand. But if you trust me, and you trust that power is true to itself only, leave now. I will grant you that."
Lady, you made that sound like a really hard but easy choice. I think I'm just gonna, why would I want to be alone? I think I'm gonna stick with my party.
He says, "So be it." And she immediately charges forward and takes 2 attacks against you.
Oh, no.
Oof. The first attack is a nat 20. She is swinging
God.
hard.
These villains love 20s. That's what
Yeah.
You only take, though, 6 points damage. However, for her second thing, she is actually going to take that second attack and use it to cast a spell. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
So 12.
All right. Good news is you passed. Bad news is this spell is still going to happen. As such, unfortunately, she touches your armor and casts heat metal.
Oh, no.
For those that don't know, this is a second level transmutation spell that allows any manufactured metal object, such as armor or swords, to glow red hot. And anytime you come in physical contact with it, including wearing it, you have to make a Constitution saving throw, or you automatically take 2d8 fire damage from that. Good news is, since you saved, you only take half of that. Bad news is, every turn you're gonna have to keep making this until you either kill her or make her drop her concentration on this. So the first turn, you only take 3 points damage, already halved.
So everyone go after her.
Yeah, that's why I'm visible. We got to.
I mean, yeah.
Now it's your turn, Alara.
Okay. What can I do with my channel divinity?
All right, with your channel divinity. All right, I believe that is something where it depends. You are a Oath of Vengeance paladin, correct?
Yes.
All right, that should give you 2 options. Can you tell me what those 2 are?
Okay, channel divinity, abjure enemy, frighten one creature, fail halved speed, wisdom saving throw, or vow on enmity, advantage on creature 10 feet away.
Ooh.
So essentially, it seems you can either try to frighten Mother Robinson or give yourself advantage on all attacks on her for the next minute.
Oh, yeah, of course I want the advantage on all attacks.
Perfect.
Nice.
You activate that, and then afterward, I think you still have 2 spell slots left, so go crazy.
Okay, yeah, I would love to use my divine smite. Okay.
Gotcha. In that case, roll me an attack roll with advantage.
An attack roll with advantage with my rapier?
Yep.
Okay, I will be taking 13. With the advantage is 5. 18.
Nice. All right. Now, you want to use your first level spell again to activate your divine smite?
Yes.
All right. That'll be 1d8 for the rapier, followed by 3d8 for the divine smite.
1d8. So I got 6 on the rapier for
All right,
damage.
after 3.
14 with a 3d8.
Nice. All right. Immediately, as you, let me paint the picture here. As Mother Barker immediately draws you forward, you feel an unyielding, agonizing heat course through your body and completely leave you paralyzed and just screaming in pure anguish over the heat. However, you take a moment to resolve yourself, looking down at her as she leers up towards you, and rather than submitting to it, you clench your rapier down and immediately stab into her skull, divine energy flowing through everything you have. In an instant, her head gets obliterated, ending the pain and securing you from being held down anymore. You have bested Mother Robinson and secured the relic. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, she's dead?
Yep.
Nice.
You all make your way slowly back to the portal. However, as you leave, you hear her voice strangely whispering upon the winds. Tell my father that my debt has been paid. I return now to our home and reject him forever. True to his word, as soon as you step back onto the portal and utter the code, it activates with Moldavite and everyone else being transported by Aeschylus's magic. Well done, everyone. I hope... Oh, good lord! Is that blood on you? The old tiefling rushes forward and begins casting healing spells on you all. He appears shaken by your return, though whether it was from the spell he just cast or from you returning wounded, it's unclear. I thought the temple was empty. If I had known...
Yes, there was someone there who said that they were your daughter. They called you father.
What do you mean? I have no idea. Demons have many fathers. Maybe they were referring to Gratz. Wait, there was someone in there? What was their name?
Her name was Mother Robinson, also a crap ton of little quasites that also poisoned me.
As soon as you say Robinson, Aeschylus relaxes and says, Oh, her. Yes, I did know Mother Robinson. In fact, I was the one who named her. She was a lesser demon I had summoned back during my cult days to protect one of our sanctuaries.
So you knew that there were people down there?
No, I had assumed that they'd abandoned their posts. I didn't think I needed to check. It's been 20 years. There's no reason she would stay there.
That's one loyal demon.
Are demons, going off his point, are demons usually this loyal, or?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. At this, I want everybody to quickly roll me insight checks.
Okay. Nat 20.
Dirty 20.
Alright. Goatee, Moldavite, you two instantly tell he's bluffing.
Oh.
You don't know what about, but he's keeping something from you. He keeps shifting his gaze downwards. He's playing with his hands and just trying to come up with some kind of explanation, but he's tongue-tied.
I think Moldavite definitely slouches a little bit, but they kind of go to their full height in in an intimidating stance to the full 6. He's usually 6'2". He very much goes to full stance 6'6", and kind of leans down to try and intimidate him. You're hiding something from us, and if we are working for you, we need to know everything. Do you want me to roll intimidation or?
Yes, go ahead and roll me intimidation with advantage.
Nice. Okay. Another nat 20.
All right. He looks down. He looks up to you. Although he isn't afraid, he does relent and say, "All right. I knew this temple specifically, not only because I put it there, but because, well, I had known that there was a high likelihood that the demons had overtaken it. However, I didn't think that out of all people, Babao of all things would be there. I'd assumed maybe a few smaller quasits or maybe a rudderkin, not a Babao. I wasn't just sending you down there to make sure you could get the relic. I wanted to make sure also that you would be prepared for whatever we came across in the future. I didn't think it would do well to tell you that in the first place, but I could see now I was mistaken."
Then why didn't you go down there yourself and get it? Why send us?
At that, he doesn't say anything. He remains quiet.
Why?
Still nothing.
Kind of just look to the party, shrugging. Then
Alara shrugs back then.
I go back to slouching, oh, my posture's bad. Oh no.
All right. I know I did not handle this well. If you will give me the relic, I will store it away, and we can focus on finding others in the coming days. Please. Once this is done, I will make sure to prepare us a good meal, but you need to rest. There are showers to your right. Please take them.
What says that we can trust you with this, if you so clearly lied to us?
He immediately holds open the bag and sticks the Eyes of Sapphire inside there. He then hands that bag to Alera, and then hands you a second bag. I have no doubt that none of you will be able to use it, but at the very least, you should be able to watch over it.
Sick.
Okay.
I will take that.
Yes,
Doink.
I do not. These seem dangerous. You all can take these.
Okay. All right. As you take these small miniature bags of holding, you all tuck into a somewhat quiet but delicious meal. Get showered and dressed, and then head off to bed. That night, though, as you all are resting, Izzy, you hear a knock on your door. You open it to find Aeschylus standing outside. May I come in, or would you prefer to talk outside?
I step outside the room.
All right. I wanted to apologize for not being straightforward with you all this afternoon. I've already told the others, and now I'm telling you. I realized I should have been forward with all of you, and, well, I was afraid that if I was, it would deter you from accepting. As for why specifically I didn't give a reason, here it is. I'm not comfortable going back to the temple. Too many bitter memories, too many difficult instances and problems there. Going back there reminds me of everything I did. I cannot face them. I cannot face anyone of my past because it reminds me of everything I did wrong. I'm sorry, but this is one problem I have with getting the relics in the first place. Every time I try to find them, I'm reminded of what I've done already.
Listen, being human wouldn't make us not trust you. It would make us trust you even more. But I guess you wouldn't understand that yet, since you locked yourself away in this castle for all these years in hopes of trying to atone. Just promise me from this point forward, just be honest. Be straightforward, please.
All right. I will. By the way, I forgot to ask earlier, but how have your parents been since we last met? I know we were bitter enemies, but I was curious. What have they been up to these past couple years?
Well, I'm sorry, but Mom doesn't really like me talking about what they do with, strangers. Dad still doesn't really trust you like that, and I don't think I should fully.
No, I understand. I just wanted to make sure. I mean, if nothing else, I'm happy that they seem to have definitely taken good care of you. It's a luxury most people like us aren't given. I know I wasn't.
I mean, yeah, they've done the best, and I love them for it, but...
That's good. I just want to let you know that, despite everything, I hope I can regain your trust and hopefully be able to work with you in the future. Meantime, rest well, you all. And as he steps away from the door, we quickly cut away and pan out to Aeschylus moving towards his study. He takes a moment, looks back, but then continues moving forward, muttering to himself of the journeys to come. And it's with that we end our first session of Yugoloth Tabletop, everyone.
Hey everyone, this is Charlie, the DM, here at the end of the episode to give you a quick update on things. First off, thank you so much for listening to our first episode. I really do appreciate all of you tuning in. It's been a wild few months getting everything together and getting the team organized, but I think this project speaks for itself, and I am so proud of all the effort we've put in. I'd like to take this time now to acknowledge a few important people. First off, Nick, Will, Kijan, and Cheyenne. Thank you guys so much for being willing to work with me on this. I appreciate all the effort you've put into this. It means a lot to me, guys. Second, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Dr. Christoph Thompson and Jeffrey Seitz at Ball State, as well as the entirety of the MMP school for helping me these first few weeks navigating the studios and learning how to use the microphones and record sessions. I'd also like to give a huge thank you and shout out to Dr. Joe Tian at Michigan State University. His work, particularly his new piece Sinfonia, has been a huge influence on the original compositions that I have created for this podcast. And if you'd like to hear more about them, I plan to release them both on Patreon and YouTube in the coming months. All music and sound effects used in this episode are under Creative Commons 0, 3, or 4 licenses and can be found in the credits and pastebin link in the description. The next episode will come out on March 21st,
and from there continue on a 10-day cycle of the 1st, 11th, and 21st of every month. In the meantime, feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Follow us at Twitter and Instagram at Yugoloth, that's YUGOLOTH YTT, Yugoloth YTT on both Twitter and Instagram. And look us up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, and iHeartRadio. Finally, I'd like to once more thank everyone that has tuned into the first episode. We appreciate you sticking with us and hope to keep you listening for the rest of our journey. So wherever you're from, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're becoming, thank you so much for listening, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.